Hi, everybody, and welcome into this episode of Talk or Go Home.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Wilson, David Murphree, and Clint Thompson.
That is my name, yes.
Is it your name? How we doing, guys? It's been a while since we've recorded.
Yeah.
If you want to see what it's like to, like, what we do before this, I just posted a TikTok on our TikTok. Check that out.
That's
Go
how
check
that
out
works.
our TikTok. If it isn't banned,
will be now
in the United States. It's banned at Auburn University. Did y'all hear about that?
What?
If you get on your phone, if you have TikTok downloaded on your phone and you're on university Wi-Fi, it won't let you on TikTok. So if you want to get on TikTok and you're an Auburn student, you have to use your cellular data, because the university blocked it.
Data or data?
Data. We've already had this discussion.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't we?
Yes, data is singular and data is plural.
Coming from the David Murphree Encyclopedia of the English Language.
So I guess meese is plural, moose is singular,
Meese. Ders.
mouse,
What are you doing? Why?
mice.
I mean,
I'm writing on this.
this is incredibly unprofessional.
Is it? This podcast is unprofessional.
Well, I mean,
Let's be
we've
honest
started the
with each other.
podcast and, like,
I'm riding on my styrofoam cup. Look, hey, by the way, if you want to see what I'm doing, go to Spotify or YouTube to watch the podcast. We're still doing the whole viewing thing. Make sure you're subscribed, to Lens Plus on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. On Lens Plus, if you're subscribed, you will get episodes 1 week early now, ladies and gentlemen. 1 week early, sooner than everybody else. And you will also get all of our bonus episodes known as Triple Threats, where we kind of let loose a little bit more. Yeah.
we have interns
We
here.
have interns
and I'm
here for
already
the first
sick
time
of them.
since season 7 began.
Yeah, I'm already sick of them.
So, what angle are we on?
I don't know. Nobody can see that.
Nobody can see it because it's blown out. Well,
What does it say?
What does it say?
I don't know. Can't read it.
Jonely Bonely is a turd.
Yep, that's for you, Jonely Bonely, and only Jonely Bonely knows who Jonely Bonely is. J only,
But, you
B
know.
only. Henry Cho, check him out. He's a comedian. What y'all been up to?
As little as possible. I've been kind of a little bit under the weather.
Really?
Yeah, last week or so.
That's my wallpaper on my phone. Cut to this angle of us. Okay. Now look what's over my left shoulder.
Yeah. There's two.
Yeah, I got that for my birthday.
Shout out to, and intern Nick isn't here, by the way. But shout out to
Mbop.
intern Nick. What
Mbop.
camera are we on this one? This one? Okay. Shout out to intern Nick Mbop, a.k.a. Mbop. He got David a pillow of himself.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got that for my birthday.
Holding a tub of Max Original, not a sponsor, pork rinds. And it is double-sided. It's a double-sided pillow. And
So it costs twice as much.
he also got us that. I don't know if y'all can see it. There's a blanket behind us with our
laughably small.
talker. It's
So you got that for me for my
it's a knee
birthday.
blanket. It's a knee blanket.
A knee blanket?
It's a knee blanket.
And then
It goes over knees.
and then my
Keeps you from scuffing them up.
yeah my family took me on my dream trip during my birthday. We'll
Okay.
celebrate my birthday
What's your dream trip?
to Aniana, Alabama, to Pizza Hut.
You sat in the dining room.
Yeah, finally made it.
Was there
Found
a
the dining
buffet?
room open. There had not at lunch on Saturday, no buffet, but they did have the salad bar there. But we went to the dining room, was open. I was pretty excited. I was pumped about it.
He sent us a picture.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
We got the picture.
Pizza
in the
Hut
group
used
chat.
to be a big deal back in the day. And,
I
and then
remember
it
it
just
being a big deal.
stopped.
So
It's weird.
I don't know where another one. Aniana, I heard there was one maybe in Wadawi,
Arab.
Arab. The dining room's open there too.
Well, that was the last dining room that I ate at. Was the Pizza Hut.
yeah, but they shut them all down, and a bunch of them didn't open. But Aniana, I know
Is
it's
the one,
open.
Is
I
the
ate
one
there.
in Trussville? Is the dining room open in it?
I doubt it. Trust
No,
real
no.
high class.
Is it not?
No, that's no. Aniana's the
Like,
only one.
if you want to sit down pizza restaurant, it's almost a mom and pop thing now. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a couple of
Yeah.
chains, but it's those chains that aren't like nationwide.
They've
It's like
moved to
one here,
carry
one
out.
there.
A lot
Right.
of the nationwide chains
Yeah.
have.
I was pretty
moved to
pumped
carry
about it though on the way over there. I've been saving a bunch of change, getting ready to go over there because I was.
Jukebox.
We had the jukebox, but they didn't have a jukebox when I got there, and I figured they'd have a jukebox and a pinball machine. That's why I remembered it, but they didn't. So I was a little down about that.
My dad said back in the day that's where they used to go hang out and drink adult beverages because they could just order one pizza and then drink all the
now.
draft adult beverages that they wanted.
Yeah, if I had a
Root
Pizza
beer
Hut
is so
restaurant,
good.
yeah, man. If I had a Pizza Hut restaurant, if I was the manager, I'd be sure I'd have a jukebox and a pinball machine in there. But then it was great. It was a great kind of like going back in time to the '80s. And then when we left, I had my radio on Prime Country, Sirius Satellite, and radio, and
You like the Prime Country?
yeah, Prime Country.
I
And,
was born country.
yeah, we were leaving, and it was almost perfect. T.G. Shepherd. They were playing T.G. Shepherd's "Slow Burn." I forgot how good a song that was.
Never heard it.
It was good.
It's good.
Need
Good
to look
trip.
it up. T.G.
Yeah.
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Food was good. Pizza was good.
Well, you
We'll
know,
go back
this,
again.
This
Hold on, what kind of pizza?
Well, we got like a meat lovers and pepperoni, and then a barbecue
Yeah.
Okay.
pizza.
I'm a Supreme guy when it
I'm
comes
not.
to pizza.
I'm not.
I love it all.
I
I
hate
well, I
want
guess
all
that
hate
was like a
Supreme.
Supreme we got.
I can't do it, man. There's too much going on, too many flavors.
the onions and the peppers.
You know,
and the
I took a
olives
bite of
and-
that Supreme we got the other night for the national championship game.
Yeah.
And I couldn't finish the slice of pizza.
Well,
That's how bad it was.
that one
Except for me.
from that particular restaurant is like when they it's not like a Supreme. It's more like a kitchen sink. They put everything on
They did, man.
it. And
Like,
I like pineapple on pizza. I don't like pineapple on Supreme pizza.
was
No,
there
we didn't.
pineapple on
There
there?
was pineapple
Oh,
on
Now,
it.
what we got didn't have any pineapple on
See,
it.
I don't like olives. I hate
Why?
olives. Hate olives. It's the taste. It's so tart and bitter, and it's just like, why would anybody love olive oil? Hate olives.
So you drink olive oil but
I
can't
will,
eat.
I will drink olive oil.
I love olives. I love pickles and olives and all that salty stuff.
And dill pickles too, man. I can drink dill pickle juice. I can't dill
You can't eat the
pickles, man.
pickle?
But now sweet gherkins. I love me a good sweet gherkin.
The pickle
I
episode.
love me a good gherkin.
Hey, well, I'm thinking of it. And
Why
I don't
is
know
that
why.
funny?
I don't know why this made me think of it. Shout out to Carrie Hare. We've seen her last couple of nights with wrestling and everything,
And she's
and she's an avid listener.
she is. Shout out to Carrie. Hey, by the way, if Mount Olive or Pizza Hut wants to sponsor us, reach out to us. By the way,
Classic.
And it was good. Now I recommend it. Pizza Hut.
If you can find one, like
Yeah, if
the,
you can find
a
one
sit
that-
down.
It was good. It was real,
All right,
real
so-
nice.
So did you
Food
get,
was
like,
good.
The hand tossed or the pan or what?
Both.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, you got both?
Yeah.
I remember we went on a Scholars Bowl trip one time up to regionals in Sneed,
Mm-hmm.
and we ate at the one in, and this was obviously before COVID because I was still in high school, but we ate at the one in Boaz and sat down, and no joke, we were probably there for like almost 2 hours,
Yeah.
just hanging out,
The,
just having a ball.
Lunch buffet.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Have you eaten at the Pasquale's up there?
Yeah.
They got an old school Pasquale's. It's pretty decent.
And
It's,
by old school, it's old school.
it's old school because there's no more Pasquale's that I can think of. There's maybe one or two, but there used to be one here in Asheville.
Yeah, right there on the square.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've alienated 93% of our audience because nobody knows who Pasquale
Nobody
is.
knows it. Yeah.
Nobody except, well, I mean, they might have a Pasquale's in Germany.
In
May
Germany.
be very different than a Pasquale's in. We have some Italian listeners too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
Pasquale's.
Is that how you say it in?
No,
Italy?
I say it
In Sicily,
because
Italy?
I'm a stereotype person.
Yeah. Coby, you ever eaten at Pasquale's? Once maybe.
That is literally the first time I've ever heard that kid talk.
and he's
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 like
worked for us
super.
for-
Yeah, like and when he said, he's like one time.
So I saw him at Mikasitas. We saw
Yeah,
him at
yeah.
Mikasitas the other night, and
You
I
embarrassed
yelled
him like he didn't
I
say
yelled his name in
anything.
front
He's
of
just
the
kind of
entire
chuckling,
restaurant,
and
yeah.
I've never heard that kid talk. So
Yeah,
I'm glad to know that he's not mute.
we
Or
are
a
taking.
mute.
We
Is
are
it mute or a mute?
either or tomato.
Okay.
Right. I
Tomato potato.
I think the article there is. It depends on the rest of the structure of the sentence.
What is David's
Take on that.
take on that?
Let's go to our English language expert, David Murphree.
Well, I taught his mom.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I
She's
saw
one
her
of my
the other night.
students. She plays softball for me too.
Really?
I was coaching softball. Yeah.
She's she's working at the middle school now.
I forget that he coached softball.
Yeah.
I do too.
How was that?
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah.
Because there's a picture of you.
Well, yeah. I
Catch
was.
the ball.
Well, we were pretty successful. It's a time period where we're going from slow pitch to
Yeah.
fast pitch.
Was
but
Melissa Lett there?
who?
Melissa Lett.
Yeah, she was on there.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was on that team. Yeah.
yeah. But I was just. I had to. They needed a head coach, somebody that taught. So I was the head coach, and I didn't know anything about softball, but I had a people helping that were really good. You know, one of the people that was helping me was they named the softball field after
Julius.
Which I was the head coach, but I was really helping them.
Sure.
Yeah.
He was really the head coach because he knew softball.
Well, you got to have a named head coach as you know.
Yeah, to be there.
School,
you know, they had to have representatives of the school. So, but I learned a lot doing it. I mean, that's not my thing. Softball's not my thing. It's not my sport. But I learned a lot, and we were successful that year. Slow pitch, we made it to the state tournament, and then the next year when we went fast pitch, we had a guy come in and help out that knew all about fast pitch and everything. Well, we made it to the tournament that year too.
How was tell me how your experience was scheduling.
Schedule. To tell you the truth, I have never made a schedule.
Oh, okay.
So
did Julius do the schedule?
Yeah, he did the schedule too.
Okay, wow.
Well, he asked for a specific reason because Nick is the golf coach here at Asheville High School,
and
he is learning firsthand how tumultuous, big word, that can be.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm glad I never really had to do. I had to do a lot of things, but I never made out my own schedule.
Well, see,
it's been all or nothing with you because it's like contact this guy, nothing. Contact this guy, nothing. And all of a sudden, like within like 2 days, everybody got back with him all at the same time. He's like, Yeah,
so no joke. One day this week, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, literally all day, I was answering texts and emails and phone calls about the schedule because, you know, I'm one of those guys, I like to have my ducks in a row. But apparently, I'm the only, other than one other guy, I'm the only head, and I just realized I got to email another guy back. The Etowah coach contacted me this week. I hadn't gotten back with him. But I'm the only golf coach that doesn't also coach a winter sport directly. And so, like, they're all in the middle of either wrestling or like the Lincoln dude's in the middle of wrestling right now.
Right.
Cole. Or basketball. So none of them are really worried about their schedule right now because they're all so used to doing it last minute. I'm one of those guys. I want to have it done. I want to get it done, get it out of the way, whatever. So halfway through December, I'm sitting there like, I want to have a meeting with potential golfers, but I can't have a meeting until I have a schedule. Well, I can't get anybody to answer me about the schedule. So it's like I'm sitting here in limbo. I'm sitting here in limbo, and it's just like, golly. And finally, I mean, it was, 3 or 4 days after we got back from break.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get all these phone calls and emails, and I'm like, okay, guys, I wish y'all had done this before the break, and we could have had this set in stone, and I could have had it in Dragonfly. But we got it handled. We got it situated. So
is your schedule made out?
Yes.
Now?
Yes, we've got the schedule made out. And if there's somebody else, our first match is in 78 days, 77 days, something like that.
How many matches have you got?
So
6 or 8.
Are you going to divide up girls and boys, or are you going to just do boys and girls
do they
together?
not go play at the same time?
Well, one of those is no. We had to split them up due to scheduling reasons. We're going to have to play.
So
Moody
really,
boys on one day and Moody girls on another day.
So really, you got 9 matches then. Total matches 8.
We've got 7.
Okay. But say that golf though, that's the way to go because you get them going playing, and then you just go behind them and play.
Yeah.
Golf.
Or just ride around in the golf cart.
Yeah.
Which is probably what I'm going to do. Because I'm one of those guys. I don't really care if I'm playing golf. I like just being on the court. Well, I take that back. I do enjoy playing golf. I haven't played golf a whole lot since I graduated college. I played a lot when I was in college. Like when I worked during the summers and stayed down in Auburn, I'd play probably at least once a week, which I consider a lot. For me, that was a lot. But since then, since graduating college 5 years ago, I've played maybe once.
Wow.
18 holes once.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I've been to the driving range.
Top golf, things like that. Yeah.
I've been to Top Golf twice, and then I've been to the driving range with my dad once. So I mean, I haven't been around it a whole lot. Grew up with it though. Grew up going golfing with my dad. It was fun.
That's the thing I'm trying to get Maze to understand. Maze is kind of hot or cold on golf some days. It just depends on what his mood is. But I've tried to get him to understand that one of these days, he's 14 now. He's a freshman playing basketball. Basketball's his thing, and then the other sports just kind of fill in time until basketball comes back around for him. And I'm trying to get him to understand that golf is one of those things you can play till you're dead, literally. Yeah. And, one of those things that I can play with him till I'm dead, literally. And it ain't clicked for him yet. that's what former athletes do is go play golf. They don't. They don't athlete
Whether
anymore.
they play basketball, baseball, they all go. Like Charles Barkley, we sat in a restaurant one day, Mays and I. It was Mays, I think. Some other,
Some others.
We had
Sure.
some others. I think John Lee Bonley was there, and I'm gonna say his nickname, J. Ray.
Okay.
That's his nickname, right?
Yeah.
J. Ray. And we watched videos of John Lee. Oh, not John. We watched videos of Charles Barkley. We watched of his swing. If you, the little hitch he's got, he
It's not that bad anymore. I have to give him credit for that one.
But
hey,
it
why
used
don't we
to
try
be
to get
terrible.
him on this podcast?
Charles Barkley.
Hold on, he used to be what? Charles Barkley used to be what?
Terrible.
No.
What did I say?
Terrible.
Thank you.
Terrible. I remember the first time I met him.
Yeah.
He was drunk. He was intoxicated. It was at an Auburn basketball game, and he had been chilling in one of the donors' suites, and he was obviously courtside seats and whatnot. And halftime, I walk up to him, and he's, "Hey, buddy, what you doing, man?" And there's a lot of other words involved that I can't say, but great sense of humor, man. You can't tell me that NBA on TNT is not a good show.
Oh yeah.
Because of him and Shaq and Kenny and Ernie. Like that's an amazing program. Even if you don't like the NBA, which I don't, I still watch it just for them. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I mean, should I watch it?
Yeah, you should. It's not my recommendation, but I'll recommend it to
Well,
you.
how long does that show? Like you've mentioned that before. Is it how long is it on? Does it come on
30
every day?
Maybe 30 minutes.
Maybe 30 minutes.
It comes on every day.
It's a pregame.
Yeah,
it's like a pregame, a halftime, and a postgame.
So if I set my
for whatever the game of the week is.
So
for
if I set my
TNT.
DVR to record it, when does it come on?
Before the game.
Before
That's
the
all,
game?
Before and after the game.
Whatever
and
the
during
game of the
halftime.
week is that way, or game of the week, whatever
on-
their game is
It's on
that week.
TNT.
I think inside the NBA on TNT. Yeah,
Okay.
it's funny, man. Gosh, it's funny.
Well, I know that they do that show, and I've seen clips of it. But
Yeah. So did you know that Clint is one of the assistant golf coaches? You know that? Clint's one of the assistant golf coaches.
Hit it straight, dadgummit, and slap him on the butt.
We have 3 golf coaches at Asheville High School. We got it going on.
No, we haven't started yet.
We can't start till February 17th.
I hadn't thought about softball in a long time. But just one thing I thought of a while ago was, I would be on first base most of the time, and I got hit a couple of times. I had this girl that was left-handed, batted left-handed, and she hooked it bad, and you just can't get away. A lot of times you just can't get away from the ball.
Yeah.
She
Just
hit me
fall.
a couple of times.
Just fall. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Hit the deck.
What was your go-to? Dang. Ow.
Just back
Oopa. Just
on first
back.
base. Yeah, back.
Oh.
That's all I did. Hollered back. Learned how to do that.
How big was that learning curve?
And I got the hang of it
Oh, okay.
because I had already did some summer league baseball and helped a guy do summer league baseball, so I was already kind of used to doing that.
Yeah. So how many years
Hollering
did you
back.
coach softball?
2.
Just
Just
two.
the two.
Just the 2.
I had to get out.
Why? Why'd you
I
have to
just,
get out?
I was just no good at it.
Do you need your spring back, or was it because you felt like you were doing a
It's
disservice?
too much. It's too much. I did.
It's a lot of time, man.
Well, I
It
did
is.
football.
Basketball.
That's 80 hours a week.
Yep.
Then I went right into basketball, which is going to be more hours.
Yeah.
And then I went into softball, which is going to be more hours than any of them because you're playing on during the
weekend.
week, practicing, playing, and during the week, and then you play your tournaments on Saturday. So that's when I was
and
getting up and forgetting to put pants on,
Well, and that's the thing.
getting to work an hour late, not even knowing it. It's
have-
those 2 years.
Have you told
Hello,
that
Mark
story?
Sanders.
Have you told that story on the podcast?
Yeah, but see, that's what got me coaching. Football, straight into basketball, then softball.
Just burn yourself out.
That's really what got me right there. I just couldn't.
See, I'm not even coaching basketball, man, and I'm so ready for a break, but I know we've got golf coming right up.
Well, the good news about golf is every single match we've got is in April.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we've got, because basketball will end in
March.
at the beginning of March, end of February, and then we'll have all of March to basically practice,
Right.
and then our first match is April 3rd. But then it's sort of a gauntlet because then it's like, okay, we've got
Every
at
Tuesday,
least
every Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. 1 week it's
Matches?
1 week it's a Monday, Tuesday,
We've
Thursday.
never done
Yeah,
that.
I just couldn't
This
go
is
anymore.
This is Maze's third year playing golf. We've never done that. It's always like a Tuesday, a Thursday, and maybe one on each day.
Yeah, it's now most of them are just Tuesday, Thursdays, but There's
So, real quick, when you were coaching basketball, tell me, like, what was the schedule? Like, was it all over the place? Like, was there like right now we've had one Wednesday game because a game on Tuesday got canceled because of the inclement weather.
yeah.
But like, we're going to have 2 weeks throughout the year, throughout this season, where we've gone Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We had one couple maybe a month ago, and we're going to have one at the very last of the regular season. I was just curious, like, did y'all just exclusively do Tuesday, Thursday? Was it like one match a week?
No, it's two. A couple games a week.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
of course,
think
I
the
was always
average is
doing junior
3,
high.
right?
Yeah, I was always doing junior high. Yeah, you would. I don't ever remember any more than 3 games maybe
Yeah.
a week. Yeah, but that got me those 2 years. I was done.
Well, here and I'll say this, and
I'm doing
I'm
that 2
not
years in
trying
a
to
row.
disparage any softball player or softball coach out there because, that sport's can be very cultish as to the allegiance and loyalty that those people have to that sport. But anyway,
Alrighty.
the amount of games that you play, not only during the week but on the weekend, weekends, is insane.
Yeah, it
You'll
is.
go from our softball program will go from February through the beginning of May, and there's no weekend. There's no weekend where there's not a tournament that they're playing in.
Well, and here's the thing too. So you've got the matches during the week, and like you said, you got tournaments during the weekend. But the HSAA, I think, has taken basically that whole schedule and moved it back. And so, like, if the state tournament, I know for baseball can actually get into June now, like after school's out.
Well, the coaches want to move it back even further.
Oh, really?
They don't want to start until because now we're
of the
basically
weather.
preseason.
Yeah.
We're basically preseason, right? And so you start in February. Well, now they want to make it where you don't start until March, but you wouldn't even start basically playoff baseball or playoff softball
Until after school's out.
until you're well into May. And then you're definitely not going to regionals or state until the start of June. But principals and ADs don't want to do that because then it's then you got to work in the summer.
Yeah, but then you got to try to make
So-
up so many games because they're going to get rained out during this time. I mean, like with golf, we're going to end up practicing at their driving range. If it's rained at all, they close it. It's
Well,
done.
and it's funny because in the state of Georgia, volleyball and softball are flipped from us. So volleyball plays
Really?
in the spring, softball plays in the fall in Georgia, and they keep trying to do that here, and they won't do it.
that would actually make a lot of sense.
It's just from a weather standpoint. Now
Right.
baseball still plays in the spring in Georgia, but in Alabama they've tried every year that I've been in athletics since 2018. I think they've tried to get those 2 seasons flipped, and the vote fails every time.
That's crazy because primarily it's a girls' sport, so it shouldn't make a big difference.
Well, yeah, you're just trading a girl sport for a girl sport, and,
Well,
and
the only thing I can figure if
in Alabama
spring,
it's rainy in the spring.
Yeah, yeah, because there's no other indoor spring sport going on, so it wouldn't make
No.
sense. But,
And that's another thing about spring sports too is we've got 5 spring sports going on.
yeah,
We've got 5 sports going on in the spring. In the fall, 3. In the winter, 2. Technically 3. But then you hit the spring and it's like, woo, you're go
track,
go,
baseball,
go,
softball,
go,
and
go,
both
go, go, go,
soccers.
go. Yeah. Well, this year we'll just have a co-ed team for soccer, but it's just man. And then you got archery going on at the same time too,
That's a
which
club
is
sport.
it's a club sport, but still, you got
Fishing.
you got fishing, another club sport. So if you throw in those 2, that's 7
Yeah.
things you got going on. Scholars Bowl picks up in the spring too.
Those
So
nerds. I was one of those.
yeah, I was too. In Arkansas, it's considered it's regulated by their athletic association.
Really?
Yeah,
It's cool.
yeah.
What sports regulated in Arkansas?
Scholars Bowl by the
Okay.
AAA,
Yeah.
the Arkansas Activities Association. They have a
Yeah, once you graduate, I mean, you should just be done. There shouldn't be anything after graduation. You should be playing tournaments and stuff after graduation.
yeah, but I think in there's a lot of places where that happens. One of the big arguments I think is against the official arguments is that a lot of these kids are, especially that sign, are early enrollees, and they go ahead and they
leave
enroll
anyway.
in the
Yeah.
summer. So they're not going to play in those championships anyway. So how about y'all just do the same thing and stop playing so freaking early?
Yeah.
And how about that? How about you just cut off 4 games?
Well, I mean, at one time they used to be 20 games in a season, a baseball season. Now it's escalated to 30, and
Yeah.
by the time you start, state tournament and all that, I mean, I just think there's too many games.
Well, that's like,
But it's a good thing for the kids because A, they get to play, and B, they get better as they play. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
the grind, man.
Yeah.
Especially for parents. I mean, you were talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Maze is wanting to run track during the spring instead of playing golf, and I said I am not joining that cult.
That is also a cult.
I'm not driving
All
you.
the spring sports are cults.
I'm not driving you all over the place to watch you run for 10 seconds. That's no way that's happening.
And it's cold too, man.
And it's cold. And
so cold.
Like, you have to stay there. You don't have to, but it's kind of frowned upon if you don't stay for all the events to support the entire track. Yeah, we're not doing that.
As a former track person, it's
those
fun.
guys are great what they do,
It's
and I'm not
fun.
besmirching any of them, but like,
But all those are valid points because it is
I
fun.
cannot
But
do
it's
it.
just, man, it's.
Let's go look. Let's go watch Johnny over here on the pole vault. Let's go over here and watch Nathan over here run hurdles. And hey, Maze, you go run the 100 meters, and in 5 seconds when you're done, we're gonna watch somebody else. Like,
Well, see, it's a hurry up and wait type situation because
Yes.
you could have 4 or 5 events where you've got teammates or yourself involved, and they're all back to back, or they're happening at the same time, and you can't see them because you're in your own event, and then boom. All right, 45 minutes. We got to wait before the next thing happens for somebody that we know.
Yeah.
So now we're sitting here for 45 minutes doing nothing.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. And but soccer. I mean, soccer's insane. Baseball parents are insane. Baseball players.
Football's insane too. I mean, everything is, but at the same time,
What's the least insane? What's the least the sport that attracts the least crazy people?
It ain't basketball.
Cross country?
I don't think that's true either because they to me are kind of in that track mold. They're all there.
Cultish.
Everybody's there. Everybody's supporting it, and that's great. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but let's make a tent and let's let's bring these orange wedges and juice boxes and yay running.
Yeah.
Boys, if there's not a bear chasing me, I'm not running. I'm to that point. I'm almost 40. It ain't happening. And at this point, I don't even know if I'd actually
David
run.
runs every how much?
Every other day.
Every other day? How many miles?
I disdain
3.
running
Yeah.
that much.
You're on the treadmill though, and you watch
I
TV
need to
while
run
you do
tomorrow.
it, right?
Well, I was watching Bullet Train the other day while I was running. Cause you
Hey.
The Brad
suggested
Pitt
it.
movie?
Yeah, you suggested. I guess I'll finish it. It's not really my thing.
It's not.
But
it's
I guess
okay,
It's
though.
not your thing. No.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I thought it might be a documentary on them building the Bullet Train or something. I didn't know it was a movie, really. Channel. Maybe I'll watch Channel.
Channel.
That's a documentary, I think, the making of the Channel
Yeah.
underneath the English
Would you
Channel.
rather watch that documentary about the Channel than Bullet Train?
Yes.
Well, I
Yes.
will. Now I'm on Bullet. I guess I'll finish Bullet Train. I'll probably finish it while I'm laying in bed on the iPad. I'm not gonna finish it on. Of course, I might finish it on treadmill. I just need something without commercials that'll keep my attention while I'm running. So,
Do you watch episodes of this show while you run?
no, I wouldn't do that.
Why?
Because it needs something good.
I tell you what gives me the most energy on the treadmill would be watching Bill Gaither videos. That's inspirational to me. That gives me the most energy. I run the hardest when I'm listening to those Bill Gaither, the music on the Bill Gaither videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably run my
That's-
best times when I've been doing that.
That's seemingly the most random thing ever.
It's inspirational. It gives you energy, inspires you.
I tell you
It
one
does
thing
me.
that I used to do whenever I was running, years ago, the military cadence running, military step, left, right,
Yeah.
left, and they do the, stuff in with it. Those are pretty good.
Oh,
I
like
used to
Goober
doing that.
Peas? Listening to Goober Peas?
No,
That's
just
that's a March song, isn't it?
well, I don't know if the Goober Peas is.
John Gay.
The ones that I would listen to is like the actual Air Force military cadence, whatever. But it kept you in step. And,
Yeah.
you had to go certain pace and everything to keep.
Well, I
in
couldn't
step.
do that for 30 minutes.
Yeah, no.
That would go insane.
You already are.
Too late. I'm just thinking those Colts while y'all talking Colts and sports. Like, what
We're
flavor
gonna get
Gatorade would these Colts be drinking?
Definitely not lemon lime. They're on.
That's
they're
my
on like-
favorite one.
They're on like the
Lemon lime's your
blue-
favorite?
hmm Lemon lime's my favorite.
It's my top. It's in my top 3.
Really?
Yes, I love lemon lime.
I mean, that's the original, right?
It's a classic flavor.
Yeah, that's the first one, right? Lemon lime.
I've got
the
one of
green.
the original bottles, glass Gatorade bottles.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's that or orange. I would like to say it's orange,
I
but
hate
I might be
orange.
wrong.
I don't
No,
remember.
I'm not saying my top. He's talking about the first one.
Oh.
The first
Yeah, when I
flavor.
first started drinking Gatorade, I think I just remember that being like the flavor. That's the only one you could get.
Right. Yeah.
Was lemon lime. I always thought that was probably the original. But to me, that just brings back when I smell that lemon lime.
Brings back
I'm,
football.
I can smell the grass.
Yep.
I can smell, like from back in 5th grade, I can smell the mouthpiece.
For
And
me, it's
just-
the cooler. It's the smell of the lemon lime with the smell of the plastic of the cooler and the
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah, it just
it
it
smells
takes
so
me
good.
back. I mean, everything
ice
becomes
smells.
very,
Yes.
I
Well,
just,
I mean, you know, the smell of the water.
sweat.
Shut up, Clint.
Yeah, the sweat, all the smells should come back of when I first come in contact with that Gatorade in 5th grade and football and everything.
Yeah.
And then glass, I hadn't thought about the glass bottle. That's how we got it.
Was in those
Those glass bottles.
I've got
Now
one sitting
everything's
in my-
plastic. Now,
I've got
yeah.
one in my-
With the pop top,
yeah.
pops off, one
Yeah.
pop. And we had Gator gum, too. Gatorade gum, call it Gator gum.
Really?
We
Well,
got
that's
that,
still
too.
a thing. I mean, they have to chew stuff for like saliva or whatever, but
Yeah.
I
It's
I don't know
not
about
Gator
the gum.
gum, though.
don't remember
Would
that.
that get you hyped up?
Yeah, we'd always get some Gator gum, too.
I remember
Gator
that,
gum.
that
Yeah.
Freshen Up gum.
Sponsor
that had
us,
the
Gator
Dr.
gum.
That had the Dr. Pepper in it. The Freshen Up gum that had the
Yeah,
Dr. Pepper in it.
yeah.
I remember that. 7-Up, too. I think they had one of
Yep.
the 7-Up, too.
Yep. You know, I came across a video not too long ago about 90s
Yeah,
snacks,
you
and,
showed that.
and you and I talked about
Yeah.
those icebreaker
Yep.
gel things, and you'd pop them in your mouth, like you'd put it in your mouth and you'd pop it, and all that like peppermint, spearmint,
Yeah.
and it'd be like those. What do they have now? Those nasal like.
Those Listerine strips is what I compare.
But
it
now
to.
they've got that like for athletes, they've got the sport like before you work out. Do you know what I'm talking about?
the smelling salt stuff.
Yeah, they're like smelling pop things.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
what
got
they
a couple
call
of them in my closet down there,
You-
in my room.
You what?
Yeah, I got a couple of them in my closet down there,
Why?
in my room. I
Like
think
that.
the football coach gave them to me one time.
Smelling salts or the
Yeah, you
or the
pop them.
thing?
You pop them.
Yeah, and then and it like
If somebody gets knocked
wakes you
out,
up.
that's what you used to do on the sidelines. Somebody got a hard hit and was woozy or knocked out. They didn't have no concussion protocol. You just pop that thing, let them sniff that.
Well,
Then you
now-
put them back in the game.
Well, now,
You okay?
You all right?
Get it.
How
Get
many
back in
fingers?
there.
Now
Oh no, it's got to be true or false, Billy Bob.
yeah.
Man's holding up some fingers, Billy Bob. Is that right? True.
Smelling salt. They just call it smelling salt, didn't they?
But now they've got them like it's almost like pre-workout when
Yeah.
you go lift or work out.
That's the way they use them. It ain't.
No, they make it. They're
Nah,
not as
just-
strong as smelling salts. They're not that strong. They like clear your airways and all that good stuff, and it's like they've got like
You know what else does? Breathing.
mint oil or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Peppermint oil. Is peppermint oil a thing?
Essential oils. Yeah.
Chili oil. Chili oil. You know what I'm talking about? What reference that is? Okay. TikTok. Look it up. Chili guy.
I'm not on TikTok.
Hey, the gum y'all was talking about that was filled with Dr. Pepper and stuff.
Yeah.
They still make that gum?
I haven't
I
seen.
don't
it in
think so. I think they
years.
discontinued it.
'Cause I remember that now that y'all mention it.
I mean, it didn't taste anything like Dr. Pepper, and it was bad after 5 minutes, but
It was terrible.
it was terrible.
Oh
it got
my
so
gosh,
hard.
yes. But that's like, do you remember that, what was it, Bazooka?
Yeah.
Bazooka gum?
Same way.
Well, they still have bazooka.
They still
Yeah, they
have
still
that.
sell it.
Is that the
Like,
one
it
with the
tastes
jokes on
so good. Yeah, it tastes so good for five seconds. And then
yeah.
after that, it's like all the flavors.
Wasn't it Gus Malzahn that used to the double bubble or a hubble bubba or something?
We kept, no joke, we kept 3 tubs of that stuff with us.
I wouldn't doubt it.
In a part of in his trunk, equipment trunk.
That's crazy.
And you'd go by in there in the equipment room, whether it was a home game or an away game. Yeah, and I rotated between green apple and original, but he got green apple, grape, and original. He would that was his rotation. And I mean, no joke, we spent a ton of money on gum. Our equipment staff
That's
spent a ton of
crazy.
money on gum.
Because every time you ever look at Gus Malzahn, he's
Yeah, just chewing
Run,
away.
Buck!
Run, Buck!
run dot.
Hey, it's first down. Run it. I don't care what you run. Just run it.
We're up 42-0. Let's throw 4 times in a row and punt it. Why? Because I can.
And I don't know how to develop a quarterback.
Anyway. Hey, completely off subject, but on the way over before Maze and I left to come here to record, he was getting some snacks because he's going to be shooting basketball or whatever, and he was getting a oatmeal cream pie.
Easy.
So what's your favorite cream pie?
Oatmeal.
Okay. Anyway, what's your favorite Little Debbie snack? Like top 3, like just real quick.
Oh, it's got to be fudge rounds in there.
Okay.
I love me a good round fudge round.
Yeah, oatmeal cream pies. The Star Crunchies come to mind, but moon pies come to my name as being like I like moon pies.
Okay,
Hold on.
That's
Hold
not
on.
Little Debbie though.
Yeah, are we gonna stick with Little Debbie, or are we gonna go any snack cake?
Well, you said cream, cream pies, and I like moon pie. Hey,
why'd you say moon pie like that?
because I had to think what they were called. Moon
Now,
pie, yeah.
now, Little Debbie has a marshmallow, cake or whatever. But
I hope they cut to you on that.
Hey, y'all talk about drugs and stuff? What? You talk about drugs and cults and all that kind of stuff?
Where did that come from?
Well, y'all talking about
my
cults and
favorite's
drugs
the
and
brownie. Okay, we're done.
Oh, your favorite's
The cosmic brownie?
Little Debbie
Yeah.
is just a regular brownie?
Yeah. That's my go-to. That's the one I always go get. And it's got to be the cosmic. It's not the one with the.
Well, when you break open the
nuts.
box,
I don't like the nuts.
when you break open the box, those Little Debbie brownies and everything, I mean, where's your stopping point? Like there's a dozen that comes in the box, right? Where do
There's
you
literally nothing in this cup.
where do you I mean, how many are you gonna eat?
I don't know.
All of them. Look at me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get at least 2. I'm at least a double.
Maze Thompson will go through 2 boxes of 12 in 3 days. I've seen him do it twice now. 3 days
of the cream of the
the
oatmeal.
cream pies.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
I
Nick
could.
Saban.
Yeah, he is because
Yeah.
he grabs some things like by the handfuls. We've like went and looked for him before a couple of days later and can't find him, and then you go in his room and the box is there and he's eating a whole dozen.
Oh yeah, you give me a cup of
used to do
coffee.
that when I was a kid,
You
yeah.
give me some coffee and oatmeal cream pies. I mean, I could eat all of them.
Yeah. So you're an oatmeal cream. You're a moon pie guy. What's your moon pie flavor?
I like the vanilla.
Vanilla?
probably first,
The vanilla,
then chocolate. Probably.
Banana?
I think chocolate was the original flavor, but I think I
Yeah.
like the vanilla and then the chocolate and maybe the banana. After that, I don't know what
So
other flavors are.
They got a strawberry.
We had a really good. I might have told
maybe
this
an
story
orange
before.
too now.
We had a really good class. Not really good. We had a pretty decent history class when I was in his freshman world history class.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Yeah, you did. It was good.
well, I'll say this: it was good enough to where we got the moon pie party. Not every class got the moon pie party, but at least ours did. So one day he surprised us, and this is how we knew he had a heart. One day he surprised us, and he brought in a cooler full of RC Cola and moon pies, and we sat there and watched Valkyrie with Tom Cruise.
Where can you get RC colas now?
You can get 'em.
The
Can
store.
you? Okay.
Most places.
I think they sell them at the Pig, actually.
Walmart's got them, I
Yeah,
guess.
Walmart, the Pig.
Where can you get Sun Drop? I mean, I want some Sun Drop. Where can you buy that?
Sonic. I know Sonic. does.
Sun Drop.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Earnhardt's favorite
Oh, was it? It's
soda,
kinda
I think.
It's
Or
like a
Sun Drop?
lemony
yeah, Sun
soda.
Drop. Yeah, kind of like Mountain Dew or something like
It's
that.
kind of like Mountain Dew. in a
Hey, did y'all
way.
know he was in a video with Brooks and Dunn? Y'all remember seeing that?
Yeah.
Earnhardt? Yeah.
Yeah, they slipped him in there in place of Kix Brooks.
Yeah.
Honky Tonk Truth, I think. That's pretty neat.
Which was genius. That's hilarious.
Yeah, if you wouldn't, you wouldn't.
Unless you were privy, it's hard to tell them
yeah, you might
apart.
not notice it. So I was sitting there watching it. It's like,
Because they look a lot alike.
Yeah,
They've got similar features with the mustache and
That
everything.
big, thick mustache
Yeah.
they got? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of
all right, going back to that drug thing. Y'all mentioned drugs.
Why does he
And,
keep coming back? Like,
Colts,
I'm
you
gonna
know.
do a rapper.
Top 3
circle
drugs,
back.
go.
No,
Coke,
Sponsored
blow.
by Dare.
no. Who's that comedian y'all like? The guy that's Farley. Did
Oh,
y'all?
Chris
I was
yeah.
reading the other day.
Yeah.
I was reading the other day. Did y'all know this? That he rehabbed in Alabama.
No.
Did y'all
what?
know that?
Are you serious?
Roanoke, Alabama.
What a place to rehab.
But they don't have the place. It's not open anymore. But that's where he came to rehab when he was on drugs so bad. And they said he did real good the first time when he came there the first time. That it really helped him.
Yeah.
He was real pleasant to be around and everything. But then the next time he came, they just couldn't do anything with him because I think he's too full of Hollywood. You couldn't tell him nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Second time.
man, and it's crazy that like the people that are like that, like these really really funny guys, are usually the ones that are hurting the most. Like you look at Robin Williams, just eat up with depression. That's how he ended up taking his life. And Farley is just begging for attention. For somebody just basically to love him.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, oh, I love you because you're so funny, but like just love him. That he just fell into that whole drug scene and everything.
Yeah, but
It's
I never
sad.
heard that. I didn't realize that he was
I
in
didn't either.
Alabama.
I didn't
That
know he
place
was
is
in
not
Alabama.
open anymore, though.
Down in
but,
Roanoke?
Yeah. That's
That's an interesting part of Alabama.
I think that's Randolph County, close to Wadowee,
right.
down that
It
area,
is.
right there. Roanoke. He did though.
Hanley High School.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Roanoke.
It's down there somewhere. Yeah.
I think that's
It is.
Roanoke City Schools, Hanley High School.
Yeah.
That's where he rehabbed at.
How'd you find that out?
I was reading something. I don't know how I got to that article,
Wikipedia.
but it may have just come up on something I was looking
David,
at.
do you get lost in Wikipedia? Do you ever go on Wikipedia and just get
I was
lost?
just looking at
all
it
the time, all the
today.
time.
I was looking
Yeah.
at Wikipedia this morning. I was trying to figure out how old Marie Osmond was. She's 63.
Why?
She's a good-looking 63.
Exactly. They show her on TV, and I'm like,
Just like
because she's
Christy Berkeley.
yeah, but I don't think Brinkley and Cindy
Berkeley.
Crawford. I don't think they're 63.
They're not.
They may be
Shania
closing
Twain.
in on 60.
You ever seen Shania? Y'all seen Shania Twain recently?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, but Maria, they show her on TV, and I'm like, because she's been around my whole life.
Sure.
I mean, when I was real young, I watched Marie and Donnie Marie's show and everything. I was like, that's like, well,
Marie.
I mean, she looks like she's 30. I was just wondering, how old is she?
A lot of that's work. I mean,
Yeah,
No
well,
doubt,
see,
you
I
know.
don't know that she's had any work done, though. I don't.
Shania
You
Twain
can't tell it.
is 57.
You think she has? Facial?
Oh, yeah.
She's 57.
Work. Oh, she's
Little
57.
Debbie?
Hey, last time
57 years old. What camera? There we go.
she's 57?
She's 57.
Okay.
No, wait. Never mind.
No, I was looking at Wikipedia. I just wondering. I was actually going to recommend Marie Osmond, but I don't think I will now.
For what?
Just a recommendation, just to go
Oh.
look her up on Wikipedia.
Okay.
See how old
Not
she
listen
is.
to her music. Just
Marie Osmond. I don't know. Something Roses is one of her most popular songs. Something Roses, I think. Parade of Roses or something. I don't know.
Joseph in the Incredible Technicolor Colors.
But
with Donnie Osmond.
yeah.
yeah, I was just looking up Wikipedia this morning.
You like Wikipedia? You know the guy that founded.
Hey, look up Christy Brinkley. See how old she is.
You know the guy that
'Cause
founded
she's-
Wikipedia graduated from Auburn.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Christy
Brinkley. Yeah.
Christy.
Because she's in she was in the best vacation movie of all time.
Christy Brinkley.
The original one. Yeah.
Christmas
The first
Vacation
one.
is better. She's 68.
Wow, she's 68.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
kidding.
68.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's 68. What camera are we on? This one. This one right here. Can you see that? Can the camera see that?
Ish.
Christy Brinkley.
Is that a recent photo?
Now, old Letterman
let
used
me
to call
see.
all them like Crawford and all. They were leggy supermodels to him. So those leggy supermodels.
That was.
Brinkley.
Oh,
Actually,
no, that was
Sports
her.
Illustrated.
That was
Did
her
Sports
in
Illustrated
08.
make her famous? The
Yeah.
swimsuit issue,
Yeah.
Brinkley and folks like that.
Let me see. Christy.
Elle McPherson, I was on there for like 2 or 3, 4 times in a row, I think.
Okay, this is her recently. This is a picture of her a year ago. This picture is. This was a year ago.
Brinkley.
That was a year ago.
You know, she went over there to Russia with Billy Joel. You know, he was the first.
Yeah.
She was married to Billy Joel when he went to Russia to perform. Wasn't he the first one they allowed to come over here and
think so.
do a performance? But
After
they
the-
wouldn't let him stand up at his performance. They had to stay seated, and it made him so mad he flipped over his piano at the show.
Whoa. I did not know that.
Yeah, she was there, I think, with him.
Who else was over there?
Well, that was just him. I think he was like the first American entertainer they allowed to come over and to perform.
Cruise
Yeah,
Jeff.
that was in Berlin though, wasn't it? That wasn't in Moscow.
No, that was in Russia.
It was in Moscow.
Yeah, that was in
I know
Russia.
there were some performances that they let happen in East Germany. in
right
Berlin.
after the wall came down. Yeah.
I thought it was before.
Right
I thought they
before.
did them in Berlin. Then they did that in Moscow.
Nah, I don't. No, I think Billy Joel was in Russia.
Who was it? Whitesnake that did.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's Bon Jovi and Motley Crue and all that bunch. Whitesnake wasn't nowhere. Scorpions is there.
Scorpion. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Gorky
Scorpion.
Park is
Yeah,
a bunch
Gorky
of John
Park. Yeah,
Bonham's
yeah.
son. I think he was there.
Here I am.
But, yeah, no, yeah, the wall came down shortly after that. Yeah,
Yeah, there were what, like 300,000 people there or something.
Yeah, it was
more than
crazy.
that. It was like 1 million people there, weren't there?
I don't know how many
You
was
see
there.
pictures of that concert, and it's just. It was at Gorky Park, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't know where it was at. I just know it was over there in Russia.
I want to say it was
somewhere.
at Gorky Park.
Did you show David the picture of the really attractive masked man that was rolling down the floor?
I saw that on you.
Yes.
It wasn't me. It was
Okay.
an incredibly attractive masked man. Rotund
Your
masked
name
man.
is on the TikTok.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that you rolling across the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have your mask on?
Yeah, I
He
had
had
my
his
wrestling-
luchador mask on.
my luchador mask.
The
on.
green
Yeah.
and white mask?
Yeah, it was black
Okay.
and green and white. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. You wore that to the Easter egg hunt, too.
I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that Gorky Park thing, I don't know if we were mentioning this before, but Bon Jovi and Motley Crue, they had the same manager, I think.
Yes.
And Motley Crue thought they should headline that Russia show.
They
But
got
Bon
mad.
Jovi ended up headlining it. Motley Crue got real mad and fired the manager and refused to fly home on the same plane with Bon Jovi because Bon Jovi headlined
God,
it.
what a bunch of prima donnas.
Exactly. So before we get into our recommendations, let's go ahead and remind everybody, share this episode. Share your favorite episode. Maybe not this one if you don't like what we've talked about or what we're about to talk about. But just like seriously send the link to the episode out. It helps the podcast. That's the best way that you can do it. You know, tweet it, share it on Facebook, or just text it to a friend and say, hey, we really like these guys, or they sound really stupid. You should listen to them. They're funny. They're not funny. Whatever you think. Just share it.
Funny
and
to look at.
Make sure you rate us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to. That also helps, guys. We enjoy doing this, whether anybody listens or not. So,
Yeah, whether you listen or not, we're still going to do it. So
exactly.
might as well get on board and get off.
Yeah. We're great at selling ourselves.
We are.
We're so terrible. Recommendations. Who wants to go first?
I will go first.
Go ahead.
All right, so at the behest that I think I might have recommended this
Okay.
one time before, I'm going to recommend two. So the first one is a little show that come on USA, 9 seasons long, and I've kind of rediscovered it, started watching it again, is Suits. I think it might be something maybe possibly up your alley. There,
Well, I'll
David.
watch it right after I watch Bullet Train.
All right.
All 9 seasons.
So Suits. The premise of it is there's a young man. It's a set in New York City about a bunch of lawyers. There's a young man that has had a troubled past that's made some very bad decisions. One of them being selling marijuana. Speaking of drugs, selling marijuana. He walks into a lawyer's interview and the case busts open, and he's really sly. He's very smart. He's got one of those photographic memories, so everything he sees he remembers. So the lawyer offers him a job, even though he's not graduated law school or went to college, and they fabricate this big, huge story that he has, and you know, basically the whole first season is everybody's scared that he's going to get caught, so he's going to get found out, and things like that. So
Suits.
Suits.
It's a TV show.
It's a TV show. It's on Peacock. I don't know if you have Peacock Network.
Suits on Peacock. Is this something good to watch on treadmill?
Yeah. It's hour-long show, no commercials in between. Things like that. Give it a try. First couple episodes, anyway.
Right.
Of course, you know, new things as the series goes. New things come abound. So it's not just about that guy getting found out, and then eventually everybody knows, and eventually there's some other stuff goes on. So anyway, and just in case I have recommended that before because I do like that show. It's a really good show. I would like to recommend maybe competition technically The Next Round. So Jim Dunaway, Ryan Brown, and Lance Taylor, they used to be local radio. They left local radio and started their own company, and they host a show called The Next Round. It's basically the same shows they've always had, but it's kind of like what we do now.
They're independent.
Right, it's an independent. You can watch it on YouTube live. You can do the podcast version of it. It's not quite Pat McAfee show-ish, but, they'll let some words go every so often.
If you're 40 to 45, it's your version of the Pat McAfee show.
Absolutely. And the reason why I remember and why I had to write it down was we were talking about Charles Barkley. Yeah. And Barkley get on there, and he'll let some words fly, and it's hilarious because you don't expect it. Yeah. And so if you go back and watch or listen to any of those interviews, they're pretty good. So I'd like to recommend The Next
Jim
Round.
Dunaway and who?
Ryan Brown and Lance Taylor.
The next
round.
The Next Round.
Yeah. Because it used to be on one that was the round table on the morning on WJOX here.
Is
locally.
Jock still stationed?
Jock's still stationed. The morning show is Kublik and McElroy now. That's a pretty good show, too.
It is. I enjoy that.
And then they've got a mid-morning and then a midday show, and then, of course, Paul Feinbaum's at the end.
I used to listen to Jocks a lot.
I used to as well.
Herb Winches was on there, and then they had Sonny and Wimp was on there. That was a good one. But
yeah, they're still around. The morning show's really good. The mid-morning show right after him's okay. That's where Cole was at for a little while before he got his own show.
What do they call that?
3-man front.
Yeah, 3-man front. Yeah.
And then right after that is Matt McLaren. Matt McLaren is more of your new age, not quite as rough as Pat, but he's in that same mold.
Yeah.
So still some pretty good stuff, but I'd like to recommend the next round though.
All right, go ahead and mark Marie Osmond off of here.
And we need to get Charles Barkley on this podcast.
I got lunch with him tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll see what he says.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, it worked for Span.
All right, don't recommend Zojirushi.
What?
Stainless steel
Water bottles.
water bottle or coffee, wherever you want to put it in there.
Say the name.
Zojirushi.
How do you spell that?
Zojirushi.
He might have gotten that right.
Stainless steel. They make a rice machine. I think it's what they're popular for cooking rice.
Is it Japanese?
Or Chinese. Or
If it's
I
Chinese,
think it's Japanese. I think it's Japanese. But it's supposed to be better than the Yeti. It is good. I use it every day. Put coffee in it. Stays hot a long time. But it's a stainless steel metal mug. And I bought everybody in my family one of these for Christmas a couple years ago. But it's supposed to be better than the Yeti. It's good. Got a flip top. Just push the button, and it opens. And then you release it, and it flips it open.
I'm kind of surprised that you're not rocking like a thermos, like an old school thermos.
Well, I got one of those too, but this is just so handy because it won't spill.
Right.
My good buddy Bledsoe, when his son went to Auburn, this is one of the things I told the freshmen it might be good to get was this Zojirushi, because you just throw it in your backpack or whatever, and it won't spill.
Leak, yeah.
Won't leak, spill. But it's supposed to be better than Yeti though. I like it.
It doesn't look like it'd hold a lot of water though.
It does. This is 20 ounce.
That's 20 ounces?
Yeah.
How easy is it to clean? That's my thing with drink containers like this is
Like what
they're
clean
always,
where?
They're always hard to clean.
On the
Like
outside.
so, can this entire
Yeah,
cap
the
come
whole
off?
thing comes off. Yeah.
Okay, see, I like
Like
that.
that comes out. You just clean that. This comes off. And you clean
Look at
that.
that.
Woo! All right,
Water, huh?
Well, it's very easy to clean.
Gentleman Jack.
Single barrel.
Yeah, it's just water.
Nothing but the best.
So let me. Can I see that? Okay. Can I see the mechanism?
Now, his mouth's been
Interesting.
on that. Be careful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my hands are clean.
Are they? Oatmeal cream pies?
Now, I took the Jack Daniels tour.
In Lynchburg.
Yeah. And if you buy a barrel, that single barrel, they ship it to you all packaged up, and they send you the barrel, too. Then they put your name on the wall.
How much is?
8,000 when I was there. 8,000 when I was there.
Shoot,
I think George Strait's name was up there twice on the wall.
Y'all wanna go in together?
They won't put all our names on it.
Well, we'll have it. We'll be
Talk or go
we'll
home.
be a 3-name person. Yeah. Clint and Nicholas Murphree.
Now, I don't drink,
Nicholas
but
Clint
I did
Murphree.
want to take the tour. And I wish they had been burning the white oak
At the cooperage.
that they filter it through. I wish they had been burning. I'd like to seen that day.
So is the cooperage on site, or do they do the barrels somewhere else?
No, they build some of those barrels in Alabama, because a lot of people that cut
gotcha.
white oak here
Yeah.
take it up there to Stevenson, Alabama, for the barrels. I don't know where else they make the barrels at.
At the Buffalo at the Maker's Mark facility up in Kentucky, I think the cooperage is like right down the road. I don't think it's too far from the distillery.
Well, I just wanted to take the tour because that part of history is interesting to me. And Jack Daniels, he came down into Alabama during the Civil War and sold whiskey to soldiers.
He wanted
and
some
stuff.
locals to get
He wanted
involved.
some
right?
locals going business with him too.
Yeah, and they didn't. Imagine if they had, where they would be. That's
Drunk.
awesome. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, but I got out of the car to take that tour, and the whole town smells like that mash.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that's.
And I smelled like that mash when I left.
Yeah.
I was on my way to Nashville when I took that tour. But it was interesting, taking the tour.
Hold on. Have I ever told y'all the story about my dad making whiskey in the basement?
No.
Triple threat. Remember this moment. Triple threat.
Triple threat. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't wait. Triple
Yeah.
threat.
Y'all remind me when I do my next triple threat. I'll tell that story. It's not very long, but
Whiskey tea.
the good news is there's not a lot of.
Clint. Written
lot of
down.
there.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zojirushi. That's
So
my
that's your
recommendation.
main right, and no other recommendation.
Well, Marie Osmond.
Okay. Well, I mean,
we
other
already
than
talked
those
about
two,
her.
yeah.
Well, you want another one?
We one upped Marie Osmond's. That one.
Well, you gave 2 and you gave 2. I've got 2.
Well, I could recommend Bombas and socks and Calvin Klein underwear and jockey T-shirts, I guess.
Well, I thought, haven't you done all those?
No. Go ahead.
Your name's not Calvin Klein.
Go ahead.
Calvin.
What's your recommendation?
Calvin.
Go ahead.
My first recommendation is Kroger Delivery. Not a sponsor. They should be.
You are such.
Kroger, if you want to sponsor us,
You're such an old man.
please let me know.
Hey, I've been seeing those Kroger trucks, a lot of them.
I saw
around
one
here.
going down by the courthouse.
Yeah, I just saw one go by the church this morning.
I want to give y'all some context for those
Because this is
listening.
crazy.
This is insane. We don't have a Kroger within 100 miles
We
of
don't.
us. But they will deliver milk and eggs and all kinds of stuff to my doorstep in the middle of nowhere, Alabama.
Yep.
So I saw one.
And apparently there's more nowhere than where we live because there's people that like live on the road I live on that can't get their delivery. But I can.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wait, there's people that live on your road
on-
that can't get the
that
Kroger,
can't-
but you can get it.
Yes.
What's the reason behind
I don't
that?
know. I don't know. It's just maybe the GPS is off in that area or what. Because my sister was trying to get garbage service.
Well, you should just charge you have it delivered to you and just charge them for taking it over
A
there
$2
too.
surcharge.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Was it your sister?
Clint, Clint's Carriers.
No, cause it's funny because my sister was trying to get garbage service because she's shared garbage service with me for years and no, when they changed names from whatever it was to whatever it is now, they didn't upgrade her stuff. So when she called,
Interesting.
So you just get her garbage and your garbage, and
flipping
you
me off.
charge her, and then you just take it over to Pigpen Road and throw it out.
no, I have garbage.
Everybody's got a
service.
hole.
You just
Everybody's
burn
got
it
a
in the
hole.
hole behind
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah, Mama's got a hole. So I've got garbage service. My sister was trying to get garbage service. She lives right next door. And they said it's not available for her, but it is available for me.
Yeah.
She finally got it worked out, but still.
Well, garbage pickup's a big deal around here, especially in Asheville. They
When
always
it
have trouble
don't-
with
when
it
it
all the
don't
time in
have it,
Asheville.
Yeah. When they don't pick it up, that's when it's an issue.
Yeah, that's when you got to use your hole. So yeah, Kroger Delivery. So back to the whole, like, it's insane that they're able to do it because, like I said, there's not an actual Kroger store. There's one in Auburn, there's one in Birmingham, and there's one in
Huntsville.
on the south side or southern portion of Birmingham, and then there's one in Huntsville. So there's not one within basically 100 miles of us.
2 hours
where
almost.
we are. But they're able to deliver that. And so finally, I was in town one day, and I saw the Kroger delivery truck, and I said, hey, I pulled over, and I saw the lady, and I said, how does this work? Like, how are y'all able to deliver here? And she said, we Kroger Corporate leases a refrigerated warehouse in Oxford, and they get 4 semi-trucks of groceries every single day from Atlanta down I-20. And then from that warehouse, they've got a couple of those delivery vans, trucks.
They just send it
And
out.
then they go out and whatever. And I said, so, what's your typical work day? Because there's a driver and then somebody to help the driver. So there's 2 people usually per truck. And she said, we've had as little as 3 orders per day, and we've had as many as 18. And she said, as long as you're within a 90-mile radius of the warehouse, we'll deliver to you. So, they do a lot of business around here specifically because every single day this week I've seen a Kroger delivery.
Well, I mean, you got to think for a busy lifestyle or whatnot. It's just like Amazon. Amazon's done the same thing. There's a distribution warehouse in Bessemer now.
Yeah.
And if they've got it in the warehouse, they'll ship it to you same day now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the future of shopping. Walmart's kind of gone to it to where they won't deliver it to you, but they'll deliver it to your car in the parking lot and
Pick up.
yeah.
Walmart pickup.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to blow up, that Kroger thing. It looks like they're going to get real busy. Not people find out about it.
Well, I think
Especially
they
listening to this
already
podcast,
have.
they're going to find out about it.
I think they already have. I mean,
I hope.
Well, I hope
The
that,
podcast, not Kroger.
I hope Kroger sponsors us. Kroger, get with us.
Reach
email
out.
us. Reach out to us on social media. Twitter.
All 4 people that listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
Twitter,
for Kroger,
TikTok,
they're
and
not a
Facebook.
sponsor, and neither is Zojirushi.
Hey, if Zojirushi, Hideki Toyota or whatever your name is, that's the chairman of Zojirushi. If you want to reach out to us.
Konnichiwa.
And my next recommendation, so I've got a list and I haven't checked it off. I feel like I've recommended it before.
See, that's the only reason I recommended it too, because I was afraid I'd already
So you
recommended
need to get you one of these checklists.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got one, but I hadn't checked
So
it
just-
off. But
all
I feel
right.
like I've talked about it before. But anyway,
Yeah, I can mark off Zojirushi
The
right
Batman, the 2022 film,
Yeah, we
directed
talked
by
about that.
Matt Reeves, written and directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson as the eponymous character. went back and watched it the other day again after having not seen it. I watched it 3 times right after it came out, and then obviously waited 6 or 7 months, watched it again, waited another 3 months, watched it again. It gets better every time I watch it. It's one of those that the more you sit on it, the more you let it gestate, and then you watch it, and you know what is going to happen in the story, but then you start picking up on the little things, and you're just like, man, that's a really well put together story, a real well put together film.
It's funny you say that because recently the new Top Gun Maverick came out on Paramount, whatever it's on, and we watched it. So we watched it in the theaters, loved it. Watched it at home. It was just kind of okay. And I don't know if it's because it was already spoiled or the awesome scenes were they were still awesome, but the in-between was less awesome or what. But, like, I just kind of found myself like,
Man, that movie was made. That's insane how much that movie's made.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I heard somebody talking about it the other day that you never see the bad guy, though. You don't know who the bad guy is.
In the first or second. You don't know if it's China, North Korea, Russia. You don't know who it is.
You know based on the story, based on location, because they're in Russia.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
But they don't never say they're the Russians.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
In the second one, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
No, they don't. I'm telling you they don't.
Because they're talking about the nuclear facility being in that location.
Well, China, North Korea, and Russia are all nuclear powers.
But they said the location.
I don't think they did.
I think they did in the second one, buddy.
I don't think they did.
Well, in the first one, they just say they're in the Indian Ocean, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
They're
I
in
mean,
the Indian Ocean.
Okay. Well.
While we sit here and argue this, you take us out of this.
All right. Me?
Wow.
All right.
So it's made. Top Gun Maverick has made $1.489 billion.
Yeah, they'll make another one just because of that.
$billion.
Well, that movie, you say that Batman movie, since we never talked about Batman before on here, that you said it makes more sense to you every time you watch it. I'm not going to go back and watch any of the Batmans that I've watched, those movies, but the one that makes kind of more sense to me and it's funnier every time I watch it is that Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
See, I haven't seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou in a long, long time.
We need to go back and watch it.
Fop.
Yeah.
I'm a fop man.
You're a what?
Fop man.
Fraternal Order of Police?
No. Fop, the hair gel.
Fraternal Order of Police. FOP?
Yeah, I think
Fraternal Order of Police.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I want to look at was how much money it had made. Let me know who it says the enemy is. I honestly think that this show gets better and better every episode we do it, for the simple fact that I look forward to doing it every time we come in here. Waiter, what are you saying? Oh, oblate spheroid?
Well, no, we can talk about that later,
Okay.
but I just didn't want to forget when we talk about the solar system.
Yeah.
That's
on an upcoming episode.
Well, yeah, when we talk about the solar system, because that's going to be a good discussion right there. But I just heard yesterday that a new planet has been discovered, and it's just like Earth.
There are a lot of those out there. There's like 4 or 5 out there.
And it should have been big news. You would think it would be big news, but I hadn't heard anything about it.
It's just not close, right? That's the only thing.
I don't know. I just heard that a new planet's been discovered. It's like almost just like Earth, same size and everything. So
imagine what's happening on that planet.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
But we don't need to go into all this right now.
Yeah, we don't need because the obvious question is.
I like to think that there's a podcast going on that planet right now as well.
About our planet?
No. At there, it's called Be Quiet and Stay Here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, be quiet and go somewhere. No, be quiet and stay here. That's right.
Yeah, but that's possible though. It really could.
Well, because obviously the next obvious question is for me to say, do you believe in aliens, and then us to talk about that. But that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, we need to do all that, like
Triple
define
threat. Triple threat.
alien.
No, I think that's an episode's worth. Talking about the solar system. And
We
aliens.
at least need to go on some episode. We need to start out with that, so we'll be sure we talk about it.
Yeah. Well, because I think we could fill up a whole episode full of the whole alien.
Because I got a
we
lot
could
of
talk
questions.
about all the aspects.
'Cause I got a lot of questions.
I got all the answers.
And I've never. I don't know why it's this point in my life right now.
Yeah.
Why I'm wondering about all this now.
According to this, it's Iran, but there's no.
So it's well then Iran is a nuclear power, so we were both wrong.
I guess.
It's not one of the three that I said, and it's not the one that you said.
It was like, based on this information, it's obviously Iran. It wasn't like it's definitely
But it's
Iran.
explicit. It was never explicit.
No.
Okay. So
Iran. So is that the Shiites or the Sunnis?
Lost.
I was going to say I didn't run because I don't run.
I don't know. Aren't they? They're the opposite of whatever Saudi Arabia is, because that's why they hate each other. Saudi Arabia hates Iran.
Yeah, I got a lot of questions about the solar system and the planets that I've never thought of or had questions about.
Stay tuned on the next episode of Talk or Go Home, presented by Kroger.
But do Talk or Go
Oh,
Home.
don't forget, it's not presented by Kroger. It's not sponsored. But if you want to sponsor, share it, like it, whatever, subscribe, listen, plus. Don't forget you can talk or go home.
You have any idea how fast you were going?
No.
7
officer.
7 miles per hour.
I thought we pulled over yesterday. What's that? You say FOP or FOB?
FOB.
What is that?
Are we done?
What's FOP?
Hold on. Are we done?
What is FOP?
No, I can't say it right now.
Oh, yeah. End it.
End the
Stop the recording.
podcast.